What's going on YouTube? I'm Darkjack, and in this video I go nuclear on the map Overflow in Black Ops 2 using my sniper. And in this video I'm going to explain why Easymode Microtransactions are for pussies. Now the inspiration for this commentary comes from a video by the Final Boss Man on game trailers. And I'm going to put a link in the description to the video called Lazy Rich People Are Ruining Games. And I'll let you watch it. Now I made a video earlier talking about why microtransactions are very much disliked. And the video is called Why People Hate Microtransactions in Video Games. And the reason why people on the internet don't like them is because of the fear of change, because they are afraid that they're going to have to spend more money on top of the original $60 that they already spent for the game, and because of the fear that other people might be having more fun with the game or doing better at it, simply because of an in-game transaction rather than through grinding or getting better at the game the old-fashioned way. So in this video, I'm going to think of microtransactions from the perspective of the person who uses them. And I must confess for myself, I have bought microtransactions before in Mass Effect 3 for using real world money. But I avoided the temptation to do that in Dead Space 3. And I beat Classic Mode in Dead Space 3 without using any microtransactions. And the reason why I say Easymode microtransactions are for pussies is because when you spend real world money on microtransactions that help you do better in the game, that's why I'm calling them easy mode. By doing that, you are admitting that you do not want a challenge. You are admitting that you want to play an easy game, that you want to take it easy, that you want to be spoon-fed, that you want to play the game on easy mode rather than challenging yourself and becoming a better gamer for it. Because microtransactions in a game are completely optional. Nobody is forcing you to spend money on them. If you already own the game, you don't need to spend money on them in order to do better at the game. Because the purpose of easy mode microtransactions is to make the game easier to beat, or to customize your character. But in this case, I'm going to focus on microtransactions that help you in the game. And it's especially heinous in multiplayer games that give you an advantage over another player that you're playing against, rather than simply playing against the computer. And character customization through microtransactions is not nearly as strong as an incentive as in-game items that help you out, that make you better at the game. And this can be true also, not just for microtransactions, but for pre-order bonuses as well. So in Dead Space 3, I pre-ordered the game, and so because of that, I was able to use special items that helped me out a lot. And it was really great, and it really helped me out. But if I didn't have those items, it would be a lot harder to avoid buying the microtransactions in that game to get more ammo. Because several times in Dead Space 3, I almost ran out of ammo. And I know I would have ran out of ammo several times if I didn't have those items. Now, the reason why I play games in the first place is because I want to challenge. I want to challenge myself. I want to try to become a better gamer. I want to push my own limits in order that I can develop as a gamer and become more skilled and take pride in my skill and my accomplishments as a gamer. And as a gamer who is looking for a challenge, I enjoy playing games that are difficult. That's why I don't enjoy games that have easy mode microtransactions in them. Those are for people who are not real gamers. They're for people who want to play what Total Biscuit calls cow clickers. Games that are not real games at all, but are simply tablet games that are designed to pass time. And I define myself as a gamer who can accomplish things that other people cannot. That's why I enjoy playing games like Dark Souls, which is very challenging. That's why I want to play Call of Duty for stats, to have a high KD ratio and a high win-loss. That way I can consider myself in a certain way. Perhaps it's a little self-centered, but I consider myself as being in the top 1% of Call of Duty players because of my skill in that game, and that's something that I take pride in. And that's why everybody wanted to have a 50 in Halo 3. By having a 50 in Halo, you could take pride in that. You could define yourself by your skill in that game. And so it's a system where you reward yourself based off your own individual skill, rather than through the size of your wallet. And the rewards in the game are based off how much time you've spent playing it and how skilled you are at it. Because there's a difference between skill and experience. Skill is how good you are at something, how fast your reaction times are, how good you are at memorizing, and experience is how much you've played it. And I want those kinds of rewards, rather than being rewarded for buying items with real world money, because someone who's not skilled at video games could, through Easymode Microtransactions, allow themselves to beat any game that has those items in it, because there's no limit to how much money you can spend on them. And microtransactions are fundamentally opposed to old-style video game pride, where you defined yourself as a gamer based on your skill, and your gamer identity was based on how good you are at the game. So if for example, you could beat Battletoads without using cheats and without getting hit, which is something that I know that one person has done before, you could take great pride in that. But what Easymode Microtransactions do is that they totally eliminate the old-style way of having or taking pride in yourself. And through in-game items, you can also use that as a way to show off in multiplayer. So in Diablo 3, for example, you can buy stuff on the Real Money Auction House that will allow you to play at a higher difficulty rather than finding loot through grinding. And that's partially because of the poor drop quality in the game. The game is designed so that you have to use the auction house in order to succeed. And if you're really bored, what you can do is try playing a free-to-play game for as long as possible and see how long you can last before you have to spend money in the game in order to progress further. And then once you reach that point, move on to another free-to-play game rather than spending money. So what do you think? Do you think that microtransactions are no big deal? Or do they fundamentally change the way that we play games? And I'll see you guys later.